Danica here. Jaden's back from camp, but now she's off to Michigan. Today I'm going to be talking about what I would do in the events of a zombie apocalypse. I'm fairly confident that in the event of a zombie apocalypse, I'd be able to survive. Now everyone knows what a zombie apocalypse is. Apocalypse really, just an apocalypse being the aftermath of mass devastation throughout the world, and maybe some survivors just trying to get along. Now, I'm talking about what I would do if I were lucky enough to be one of those survivors. Being close to a large amount of people, I think that would have a large effect on your chances of being turned into a zombie. And I'm naturally a pretty antisocial person, except with the rest of the Onesie Productions crew and a few other close friends, but I don't really get out much. So I'd probably hear about the apocalypse on the news or something before it got to me. Hopefully they're still reporting the news. Actually, I don't watch the news, but you know, they have these news ads on the internet. I'm on the internet a lot. Okay, so the apocalypse has started, and I, as I said, do only have a few close friends. I naturally kind of want to make sure they're okay, so I might call them up, might shoot them a text, I might even attempt to drive a truck or something and maybe check up on them. First, I'd want to arm myself. I'm usually against guns, but I think I could make an exception for zombies. I know in some zombie movies and books and comics and stuff, it shows that they don't die as easily as humans. It shows that they can have their torso completely sliced. This happened in The Walking Dead. It shows they can have it completely sliced and they can still be like crawling. I don't know, I know that seems like a good tactic for Hollywood, but I think if there was a real life zombie apocalypse, and I'm trying to think realistically, I think that they'd probably be dead, even if they are a zombie. I don't know if there's a science behind it. There isn't, because there's no such thing, but maybe one day. Hopefully not, but maybe. You always gotta prepare for these things. So if the apocalypse were to begin, I would first probably stay at home for the first few weeks, and then I'd kind of try to invite my friends over and see if they can come, and I'd call this maybe the safe house, because I stay at home most of the time anyway, so I don't know if I'd really want to leave right away. But I'd kind of make sure that we have everything. I'd have the windows boarded up, maybe just the first floor windows, just in case, because I don't know how strong real-life zombies would be, because every Hollywood movie makes zombies a different amount of strength. So I'd just to be safe, kind of make sure at least the fence is stable, because I know it's a pretty old fence that we have, so it might break down at some parts if they're sort of strong. I don't know if they can climb. I don't think they could, because with a rotting body, I know that in The Walking Dead and Zombieland it kind of makes them look a bit stronger, but I think in reality if they had a rotting body and a rotting brain, they wouldn't really have the muscle control to climb anything or really be strong enough to push anything open. I think in reality they'd just be limping and maybe crawling. I think once I've had a shelter put up at my house and I've had my friends there, I think I'd try to make a mission to Costco. I think about these things a lot, and I'm thinking Costco would always be the first place I'd hit up, but I'd want to be prepared, so I'd probably get a machine gun or a grenade or something like that, and I'd try to get to multiple grenades. I'd try to get to a crowd, and I'd try to defeat the crowds first. There'd probably be some others that don't round up with the rest at first, so we'd go in, we'd be armed, and then we'd shoot everyone, all the other zombies that try to attack. And then Costco has everything, so we'd arm ourselves with food, and I guess anything else that we think we need, like tarps or whatever, and maybe we'd hit the road. I guess we'd try to do some research. If there's still news or anything or any type of reporting, maybe on the internet, there's like an undercover news, it's like hiding from the zombies. I don't know, I guess I'm trying to think of what they'd do after the apocalypse, how they'd set this stuff up. But I'm thinking I'd try to figure out where the safest places with survivors would be. I don't know if I'd want to be in a place where a lot of survivors are together I don't think I'd want to be in a place where a lot of people are together, surviving together. I think I'd rather just stay with my crew. Because, I mean, I like people. I really like people. I just don't like being social. And just in case the zombie infection were to spread to that group of survivors, I think I'd rather just stay with as few people as possible. Just my close friends, family. Yeah, family. If we were to stay at my house for a while, I know there isn't much space, and I know there are only a few of us, but we might run out of food fast. we might start to get anxious wanting to get outside, and we might want to go look for other survivors and try to help them. I'm wondering if there would still, at what point would the internet stop working? I know that's a weird thing to worry about, but I worry about that thing. I'm wondering when the news would stop airing. Maybe the news wouldn't stop airing. Maybe there'd be post-apocalyptic news where they film on the go and they're like always talking about like the apocalypse. Oh man, I could really get into that subject, but I'm really straying from what I said this video was going to be about. I was saying what I would do during the apocalypse, but now I'm just thinking about the apocalypse. If there were a zombie apocalypse, I don't know which would be the safest choice, the safest option. Suburbs, city, or country. I think if there were an apocalypse, I'd want to be in a cabin on the mountain in the woods. I know that sounds really cliche, but I actually really like cabins and mountains and woods, and I think it'd be kind of fun to go like zombie hunting once every, I don't know, few days. Just take a crew out and we all just go looking for zombies and try to like get rid of as many as possible. Like a truck out and we'd drive and try to get more supplies and food, and we'd do that every month or so, and we'd come back to the cabin and everyone would be like, hurrah, we're back. So really, if there were an apocalypse, I'd want all my closest friends, that's Ones Productions, maybe one or two, maybe some family, and yeah, they could have some family too. Maybe this isn't all my choice, I know that they'd want to probably bring some people too. And then we'd go up to, I know these cabins up in, like, in Upper Washington, they're in some mountains areas. I think it's Upper Washington, maybe it's East Washington, I don't know, but it's like in the mountains. Up in, and there's like wood areas, because I like the woods. I like the woods a lot, and I think it'd be fun to be in the woods during the apocalypse. And so I think, yeah, we'd probably just go up to that cabin in the woods. I know this place, there's multiple cabins there, and they're for rent, but I'm thinking during the apocalypse they might be empty, hopefully. And we'd probably just stock up with food and supplies. We could go fishing, because I know there's a river by there. I think it'd be pretty fun, you know. Aside from the whole mass devastation thing and everyone being dead, if you get past that, I think it might end up being kind of fun. And I sound insane, but I think it would be. But no internet. Well, that's what I'd do in the events of a zombie apocalypse. What would you do? Please comment. I'm hoping someone comments. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.